Welcome once again to 2017. Not once again, for the first time, from us at least. Welcome to 2017 from the 5 to 9 podcast. I am one of your hosts, Vince Mirabelli, and with me as always is my buddy and colleague and compatriot and a lot of other things, Mike Martino. Mike, welcome.
Hey-o.
What's up, buddy? Oh,
let's go. Yes, 2017. Yes.
At what point do you have to stop saying, Happy New Year 2017?
I think this is the Saturday after New Year. I think this is the
It
time.
is. This is the last day. Well,
I think
it's
our stop being happy.
It's our
first.
It's our first episode of the year. So Happy New Year to all of you. Happy 2017 to everybody listening. We took a little bit of a break. What's been going on, Mike, with you?
I was on vacation for 2 weeks, so
Fantastic.
I haven't done much. I have done some stuff on social media, but all my customers were also off. So I did some customer mapping, reevaluated my customers, did some stuff on social. I actually had a podcast on Tema Frank's podcast.
Yes.
On what day was that? Wednesday. What's today? Saturday? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Frank reaction. So look out for that. I'll let you know when that's coming out. But
That's awesome.
It was fun. It was. We did like 30 minutes. It felt like 4 minutes. She was like, "Okay, we're gonna wrap up." I'm like, "We're gonna wrap up. We just started." So great conversation with her.
Awesome.
And besides that, not much. Saw The Illusionist yesterday here in Toronto, which was tremendous.
Fantastic.
Not sure where you are in the U.S. or Canada, but if you have a chance to check that out, all good.
Or the world. We get people.
Yes,
we get people from,
or the world.
We get people internationally.
I'm not sure if it's out of North America yet, but
Awesome.
But big news with you. Why don't you let the community know what's going on with you?
So I'm also on vacation. Kind of. I'm vacation from my 9 to 5 at least, and I have been completely negligent of my 5 to 9. Because very in a very happy way, we my wife and I welcomed our second daughter just before the new year, and so I've been busy with that. Haven't had a whole lot of. I've been awake a lot, but I haven't been mentally awake. I think Mike, we were talking just before we came live. The last couple nights has been, about an hour and a half of sleep per night, which is rough. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. I'm confident.
I remember those days. You could literally sleep on a rock, and you'd be out like a light,
Yeah.
and you could sleep anywhere in any position.
Yeah,
you could sleep standing up. I remember those days.
I did. I don't know how I didn't fall over, but I think I just like blacked out for a second. But I'm not negligent, I swear. So I think we wanted to talk today about a very timely topic for me, at least, which is balancing your side gig, balancing your 9 to 5 with your 5 to 9 when you're a new parent. And let's take it even a step further, when you're a parent in general, because, until your kids are gone, like off to school, or they don't need you, or they hate you, which I understand happens around 11 or 12.
I think it starts to happen.
Yeah.
Until hang out with you anywhere.
Exactly. Until then, they're pretty dependent on you. And I keep saying to my elder daughter, if you were a bird, you'd have your own family by now. So I don't know what you want from me, but there you go.
So it is significantly harder when you have a newborn, and kid one for you is 2.5.
Just over 2.
Just over 2.
Yeah.
So it's different when your kids are self-sufficient. I mean, they can't be out of the house, but kid 1 and 2 for me, they have everything to keep them occupied, so they don't need me every minute of the day. So it's quite different. But yes, let's talk about tips.
Yes,
I'll start with one.
Okay.
And it's not a tip. It's kind of like, this is what has to happen.
Okay.
Leisure time is the shit you need to give up when you have very young kids and you have a 9 to 5 and you want to do a 5 to 9, because the leisure time is usually when 9 to 5's over, you put the kids to bed and you're like, now I'm going to watch House of Cards. House of Cards. So leisure, you have to give it up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying entirely, but it is a major chunk of where you can find time if you're passionate about doing a 5 to 9.
Yeah. And that's a good, I sort of arrived at that independently. For Christmas, my sister got my wife and I a 1-year subscription to Netflix.
Which perfect timing.
Because then the thinking was it was an awesome gift. The thinking is, you're going to be home a lot. Here's some Netflix for you, and I'm waiting probably a year or maybe more to actually activate that thing, because I would love to watch House of Cards. I would love to watch Narcos. I would love to watch. I still gotta watch the last season of Arrested Development. It would be a waste. It would be a waste for me right now to activate that. So I'm waiting. So yeah, leisure time is gone, and I'm ready for that. All of my leisure time is spent working on stuff like this.
So I know people are like, well, you can't just work all the time. And it's
you
true.
can.
You can, but I'm not saying all leisure time has to go, but you don't need to watch every episode at night. Maybe you can just watch one when you really want to wind down.
Right.
And the other 3 hours that you would have taken, you take two of those to do side hustle.
Right.
This weekend, tomorrow, you don't have to watch every football game. Maybe pick one if your favorite team is not in said playoffs. So it's about severely scaling back the leisure, but not completely.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, Mike. My team, the Miami Dolphins, have made the playoffs.
Oh,
for the first time in a long ass time. I will not be watching the game. Like I can't. I will be interested in the result. I will not be watching the game. There's no time. I would rather do stuff like this that are going to have me watching a football game is not going to impact the outcome. And I recognize that. So
no, it's not.
It's not. So putting all the good vibes into the universe is not going to make Matt Moore throw extra hard to, come on.
As long as you touch your lucky rabbit's foot 14 times with your left hand,
right,
you'll be fine.
Right, sure. So I won't be watching the game, but I'll know what time it'll finish, and then I'll just, look at my phone or look at Twitter or whatever and find out what the result was. Whether I need to care about football anymore. That's it.
All right. So what would you throw out there as?
So I'm going to throw out there just what I was talking. You got to prioritize. You got to prioritize what's important and what's not. What's going to move? Let's continue the football analogy. What's going to move the first down marker for you in your business, and what is not? And that you've got to prioritize. So if I've got an hour, how am I going to spend that hour? Am I going to, make some more videos? Am I going to, start writing a little bit? Am I going to record a podcast with you? What am I going to do? Or am I going to watch, half of Guardians of the Galaxy? Great movie.
Right.
But, it's not going to move my first down marker. So you've got to prioritize. So
I guess
Sorry, Mike.
So I guess it also goes hand in hand with playing the long game. So playing the short game,
yes,
you would watch the football game.
Yes.
Playing the long game would be, I could forego watching the football game because I can put out these 3 pieces of content, or I can do whatever things that you need to do for your customers. So again, the next one would be play the long game.
Yep.
Don't worry about the short game.
Okay. Get yourself organized.
What do you mean?
I mean you gotta set things right and create an environment for yourself. However you need to organize yourself, you've got to organize yourself so that you can achieve what you need to achieve. So let me give you an example. Right now, I've got kid 2 sleeping upstairs in a little bassinet thing, and so that I can keep an eye on her, I bring my laptop up and I work watching her. Guess how much I get done, Mike?
None.
Pretty close to zero.
Her?
I'm watching her. So I actually have to separate myself, and you'll notice I'm in my luxurious office right now,
Yes.
in my basement. I am moving offices. Big news. But I'm in my office, and I have no distractions. So, I'm not constantly looking over to see, oh, she spit up again. Oh, she's got her finger in her nose. Oh, what? So I've got to organize myself and my space to get what I need to get done. So get organized.
Get organized.
Get organized.
All right. I'll throw one out.
Sure.
You have to have a 24/7 mentality. And what I mean by that is you always have to take the opportunity to do something, even if it's for 10 minutes. So while you're, if the baby goes down or kid number 1 is occupied, you can do something in, let's say, 10 minutes or in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only do that if you're constantly thinking 24/7 mentality.
Right. Yeah, and I've started keeping notes and sort of manual things close to me overnight, because the kid is waking up every 3.5 hours to feed. They want food, and they have no concept of our time. So such is life. But I've got stuff close to me so that as one thing is happening, I can plan the next day, or plan some blog topics, or plan I'm working on a couple like book ideas, so I can start to make notes and outlines in my little Moleskine book, so that I don't have to waste time doing that the next day. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All right, I'll throw out another one that sort of follows my get organized and keep yourself in a place. And I'll do a little precursor. Right now, everything I do in my 5 to 9, including this, straddles the line between burden and something that you want to do. So I don't want this to become an obligation. I want it to be an escape. That's what your 5 to 9 should be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So tip number, I guess we're up to 5 or 6 now. Set aside time to do your 5 to 9 activities, to execute on some tasks, so that it's no longer that thing that I have to do, because then you're not gonna bring, like we set aside this time to record, and I this doesn't, we recorded episodes while I was on vacation. I like doing this. Mm-hmm. But I don't want it to become like, okay, I got to do another stupid episode with Mike, and I hope he's busy. I don't really want to, like, I don't want that to be the case, because I like doing these. But you have to set aside the time, because just as in life in general, there's never a good time to do something. And if you keep procrastinating it, it'll just become an obligation, and you'll resent it. And I don't want that. So set aside time to deliver on your 5 to 9.
Yeah. Okay, I'll throw one out.
All right.
And you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, dude, you're killing me." Exercise.
Yes.
So super important when you have
Yes.
on a number of fronts when you have a lot of stuff going on. So one, it gives you the energy to do all the things that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it gives you the distraction for whatever amount of time you're gonna exercise to just clear your head and reset yourself in the middle of the day, or if you do it in the morning, or if you do it at
Mm-hmm.
night. And it can be even 10 minutes. If anybody's been following the 5 to 9 community Instagram profile, we've been posting 10-minute workouts, which are pretty intense. But in those 10 minutes, it can anchor you, set some time, clear your head to then hit the ground running on the other side of that 10 minutes. So whatever you can do, it doesn't have to be an hour, it doesn't have to be 45 minutes. It could just, because if you did 20 push-ups today, that's 20 more than you would have done. So at the end of a year, if you just do 20 push-ups 10 minutes at a time, that's a lot of load.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think it has to be some major, I got to get out to the CrossFit box and bang out a workout of the day. Just you have to start doing something. So that would be my next super important tip.
Yeah.
You need to exercise, no matter how hard it feels.
Yeah, and I like those the workouts that you've been putting together out on Instagram. They've been awesome. I'm gonna just use that as a springboard, because I have I'm not gonna show them, but I've got the baby holding guns now. Like just the baby holding gun. So like I feel my biceps coming back in a way that they haven't in 15 years. I do squats with the kid. I do lifts with the kid. Like I'm doing all that stuff. But that's not the same as setting aside 10 minutes. So, I'm sort of justifying it in my head. Well, I'm working out now. I'm lifting the kid and I'm no, this is something different, because not only is it a physical break, but it's also a mental break. And that 10 minutes, that 10-minute break is critical.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to throw one last one. I don't know if you've got any more, Mike. I've got one last one, and it's something that I think we've talked about in the past, and I personally have never actually executed on, and now I'm coming around to doing it because I just need to feel more organized. And I think this one sort of ties everything together that we've just been talking about, which is the need for a content calendar. We both individually and collectively have a number of different social media profiles. You're blogging now on Medium. I have been meaning to, and I've got a couple drafts, but again, I'm doing things sort of piecemeal. Having that calendar of when things are due, when things need to be done, when things need to be published, and then working backwards can help to keep you on track. And it helps to anchor you so that you know when you've got to deliver things, because stuff still needs to happen. The world doesn't care that kid 2 is here. I care. I've grown attached. Even though at times I keep telling her there is a 30-day warranty. So I might exchange her for a quieter model. But stuff still needs to happen, and businesses, our businesses still need to be built. And so, we are taking, I'm taking steps to make sure that I keep myself on track, so that I'm not letting down the community. I'm not letting down my customers. I'm not letting you down. But at the same time, I'm not letting down the fam, because I think, family first, but I don't want to let down anybody. And then I also don't want to do things half-assed, which was episode 9 or 10 of the 5. It's recent.
It's recent.
I want to make sure I'm giving everyone my whole ass.
Yes. You have to always give the whole ass.
I got to give the whole ass, man.
I think it's important to think that in anything you're doing, you're reverse engineering where you want to be. So that content calendar is a way of saying, I want to be here. So what are the steps you have to put in to get there. If you want your business to be somewhere next year and you have a vision for that, you need to reverse engineer all the initiatives and projects you need to do to get you there. So yes, that content calendar is a way of saying, here's where I need to be. And it's a way to keep the momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, super important to have a content calendar. Stay organized. I think those are good tips. You give more than that, people start going, there can't be 25 of them.
No, and I think, you know, there are additional tips, but you've got to, those ones sort of are general, applicable to everybody, but you got to figure out what's good for you.
I think those are super tactical in that if you need to do something, you should focus on 1 or 2 or 3 of those, and it'll get you there. But it's not like pie in the sky. These are things that we've both done, having both had kids and a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9. So these are the things that have been able to push us through, and continually create new products, new services, keep doing this. So these are well experimented tips
for sure. All I mean is, you know, maybe you've got other tips, like you, the audience, have other things. Like maybe you need to, you know, take a day off where you don't work on anything. Maybe you need to, you know, sleep less. Maybe you need to sleep more. Maybe you need to start writing on the train. Maybe you need, like, what we've talked about is sort of applicable for everybody, but then you need to take these and think of them almost as a framework and integrate your own tactics that are going to help you, because not everybody's the same. You know, some people will gravitate more to some versus others. But I think, Mike, you're right. You know, don't follow all of these. Pick the 1, 2, 3 that are going to be most applicable to you and make those ones happen. So,
and you have to know yourself. So, you know, there's a lot of people that talk about getting up at 5 in the morning and doing this and doing that. You may not be a 5 in the morning kind of person. Maybe you're a 11 p.m. kind of person.
Right.
So it takes a little bit of experimenting. Maybe you get up a few times and you're like, this isn't for me, but staying up later and doing work is for you. So, whatever tips you take, you don't have to follow them to the letter. It's more of a feeling that you need to get into. Yeah.
And if you do take any of these tips, let us know how you feel about them, how they work for you, what doesn't work for you. Let us know. We want to know. Tell us.
Yes. So please, in whatever iTunes, Twitter, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to us, SoundCloud. I think we're on SoundCloud now.
Are we? Fantastic.
You know where we are, and let me look at
it. That's an excellent shot of your phone. That's awesome.
Sorry. We're on actually CastBox.
Hey.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
I found us when I was listening to a Gary V podcast, and I'm like, hey, look, we're here.
Hey. So did Gary V give us a shout out, or?
He did not.
Oh, okay. He's saving that for a future episode then.
He must be.
Yeah. Gary, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because Gary V listens to us. Anyways, maybe one day, not today. All good. All right, Mike. Anything you want to close with there, buddy? What do you got going on in the next little bit?
Well, I'm starting Monday. The hustle starts full time again.
Fantastic.
Back to the 9 to 5. The 5 to 9 ramps up completely.
Fantastic.
Customers are waiting, and the party's over next week, my friend.
Excellent.
It's back to the grind. Time to start to get some hustle going. So awesome. That's it for me. How about for you? I know what's going to be going on with you, but
yeah. So I think it's gonna be pretty much a holding pattern for a little bit. Focus right now is on the kid. And then, doing whatever I can in the little time that I do have. I think I get about 12 minutes to myself per day, which is pretty awesome.
Cool.
So I've got to figure out what I can get done in 12 minutes. That's going to move me forward. But every little bit is going to get me 12 minutes closer to where I need to get. So I'm good. So yeah, no, that's it. But we want to hear from you what you got going on. What are you hoping to achieve in 2017, and what other tips do you have for parents with side gigs? So you can hit us up on the LinkedIn. You can hit us on Twitter. I'm at Vince_Mirabelli. You are at Michael Martino. We're on the Instagram. We're starting to branch, Mike.
We are.
I'm getting excited.
Going.
That's nice.
So
I like that.
Please leave comments. And what do you want to listen to in the next coming episodes?
Awesome.
And until next time, I'm Michael Martino.
And I am Vince Mirabelli. We'll see you in the 5 to 9.